And welcome back. And today with me, I have on Stuart Spencer of Advanced Ear Care. And several things we're going to talk about today. And the first one, by the way, welcome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good to see you, sir, as always.
To see you.
And one of them we're going to talk about is people helping people.
That's right. You know, it just kind of impressed me, thinking about today's meeting, with you and just, how generous there are. So many people are here in the community. I hear so many people, helping everybody out. Whether it's, taking them to the store or taking them to a doctor or, going over and checking on a neighbor, to make sure they're okay. Or, we have several people that will call, one person, every morning to make sure they're doing okay. And, that's just kind of like a fantastic little community spirit, here. And,
I agree.
It's kind of a neat thing. And I think here more so than many places, because it is a closer knit kind of community. So, we're happy to be part of that, and we're excited about that. I'm glad that we chose this place to really, serve the people and open a business here, for 34 years now.
34 years, wow.
And so we see a lot of that, and we see a lot of people, helping other people out with their hearing, and that's what really kind of impressed me, somebody saying, I've got a friend who's just kind of struggling and they don't really realize it. So we say, bring them in, let's just test them and see where they're at. And, they'll either, move forward with getting some hearing help or they won't, but at least they know where they're at and, somebody's really cared about them. And so it's just kind of a nice spirit. It's fun to see.
It is. Now, something we've talked about in the past is how hearing loss can affect cognitive disorders and lead to decline. And I know this just from the people that we have on from the Alzheimer's organizations and such, and how that, many things can contribute to that, of course, but hearing loss can definitely play a role because you become sort of insulated from the outside world, right?
That's right. We even have information that shows, how hearing loss and Alzheimer's really have a lot of the same kind of effects. It isolates people. It really, separates them from their loved ones. They can't communicate real effectively. But, one of the things we found here in the past, 5 years, is just how much untreated hearing loss can affect the cognitive skills. And, we didn't know all that stuff, right? I mean, for 30 years, we didn't even know. But now, we see, the results. Now, the famous studies, Johns Hopkins University, Dr. Lin, studied a large number of people over 30 years, and the people with untreated hearing loss were 4 and 5 times more likely to have Alzheimer's or dementia. So, they know there's some relationship. They don't know exactly what it is. But, it's something simple enough to correct. And, we see people, obviously, in all age brackets. Here, of course, we have, a lot of the seniors that are up 85 plus, over 100 years old. And, I don't know one of them that doesn't want to be a little sharper, and really, kind of, always stay, stimulated socially and mentally. And, these people are so active and so sharp and so smart. They want to stay that way. And gosh, if it's just a matter of correcting your hearing to make sure that happens, it's really a simple thing to do. And obviously, we'd love to help people do it.
I don't know if I've asked you this before. Is hearing loss hereditary? And in other words, if family members seem to have it sooner, like my dad, for instance, none to speak of. He's 80, he'll be 88.
Okay.
And maybe he has a little bit. We all do, as you have said. But when I talk to him on the phone, he's never like, what?
Right,
He's just not like that. My mom, who did pass away a few years ago, my stepmom, with them the same way.
Okay.
I've always been curious about that.
It often can be. It doesn't always have to be.
Right.
In my family, it is. My grandparents had hearing loss. My parents had hearing loss. We have hearing loss. 2 out of 3 of us have hearing loss. One of my sisters and one doesn't. So, it certainly can be. We see it often in our office. People that we fit 30 years ago. Now their children come in. Right. And so we fit them. And so, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of hereditary factors to it.
Okay. Kind of like your eyesight.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Something you wrote down here is when is the best time to get hearing aids, if you need them. And you kind of compare it to When is the best time to plant a tree? Well, 20 years ago would have been great,
right?
But if not, do it now.
That's right. I mean, you can't unring a bell, right? I mean, you're where you are, right? So, if you know this information now, and I think that's one of the great things about a lot of these organizations that are out there that have the cognitive issues. They're really helping people understand the symptoms and the feelings and the results and really the remedies, a lot sooner, and a lot more effectively. So, gosh, if you had hearing loss and, you haven't done anything about it, it's been 10 years, today is a better day, you know, so it's your lucky day, and, we look at that as, saving people's hearing lives, getting in there and getting them back on the air. And, it's just always so refreshing to see people, kind of revitalize their life, because once they realize how much better they're hearing, they're a little more comfortable, they're a little more confident, they don't hesitate any to get into a conversation or, really engage with people. So it's fun to see that, and people come back and tell us that all the time.
Yeah, so. And with the technology today, there's so many different options and choices out there.
It's amazing, yeah. I mean, it's amazing, and at all price points,
Right.
I mean, things that we fit, long ago are still really good hearing aids, and so we have the state-of-the-art, cutting-edge, top of the line, all that type of stuff. But we also have some really good hearing aids at real reasonable prices.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of thinks, oh gosh, I got to go to Costco to get an inexpensive hearing aid, and they don't. We have inexpensive hearing aids too, so it's really a good option for a lot of people. And then we like to think we give them a little better service, all the way around.
Well, you bring up. I think a very good point, and if I may, I'm gonna give a quick analogy to that.
Okay, sure.
My wife has nothing to do with hearing aids, but she's looking for a new sewing machine. All right, hers broke.
Okay.
And she was going like, yeah, Costco has one for sewing machines hugely expensive.
Yeah.
She goes, Costco has one for like $1,000. It's a good model and all that, and she looked it up and she's going, it's actually like 2 years old. It's brand new, but it's a 2-year-old model.
Gotcha.
Well, she's going, for something like this, I'd much rather go, there's a certain sewing machine company that's very popular in this area. She's going, I'd much rather go to a specialist, so to speak, in sewing machines.
Yep.
Somebody who knows them. Somebody, if I have a problem, I can bring it in and knows exactly what's wrong and can repair it or fix it or help me with classes on how to use it. And I think it's the same way with yourself and advanced ear care compared to other places like Costco and all like that. You're getting so much more that, to me, I want to go someone who knows this stuff inside and out.
No, I can appreciate that analogy. And one of the things that is so critical with a hearing aid fitting, everybody kind of tends to think of the hardware.
Yeah.
And okay, you buy a hearing aid. That's really not even it.
Right.
It's how the hearing aid's programmed, and really one of the most critical things is how they're fit.
Yes.
And I just had a gentleman yesterday say, I understand you're one of the master fitters of hearing aids that they've ever seen, and he was referring to a friend that gave me a nice compliment. And, but actually it's the truth. I mean, we fit, we modify, build up, take down, open vents, refit them over the ears. So people are really comfortable, and the hearing aids are just transparent when they wear them.
Yep.
So they don't have to think about wearing them. They put them on, they wear them, and they hear better.
Yeah.
And a big part of that is the customization that you don't get a lot of other places.
Yeah, that's true. Now, you're having a special event beginning today through Thursday, and you're going to have a doctor coming in, Kent Collins.
That's right. This guy is amazing. He's licensed, doctor of audiology. He's licensed in all 50 states. He's one of the only people I know that's licensed in all 50 states. So I think that's just impressive that he wanted to do that. And he's just connected with thousands of people regarding hearing and hearing loss and these cognitive decline issues, and just specializes in helping save people's hearing lives. And so we have him with us today and through Thursday. And it's just a great time, to come in, have your hearing checked, talk about hearing and hearing aids or anything you might have a question about.
All right.
So it's going to be a fun event.
That'll be great. So today through Thursday.
That's right.
Sounds good. Now, your newsletter you send out, right?
Yeah, I always mention that because it's such a great vehicle and a great tool for us. People enjoy it. We always have, entertaining information, updates on technology, different kind of connectivity issues that help people in various situations. And of course, a story of, my dog Buddy, is always in there, and people really like that one. wife hates my dog, and so that causes quite a bit of anxiety around the house at times, but it really gets to be kind of humorous. So we always share a story about that, and people like the newsletter, and it's an easy thing to pass along to friends that are kind of
funny
interested.
That she hates your dog.
Yeah,
I won't ask why.
Exactly.
And of course, any questions that people have, and you even put down if people have questions about insurance and how to deal with that, and obviously the different types of hearing aids and price points and technologies.
That's right. People are just barraged today with hearing aid advertising. I mean, they come in, they have 10, 15 different ads in their hands, so they don't know what to think, or what is a good product, or what's a mail order hearing aid, or, what is my True Hearing or my Health Net, or, my Monarch policy provide me, or, there's just so many questions, and I think people are a little apprehensive because they don't want to appear like they don't know what their benefits are, or, what questions are really comfortable to ask. But gosh, I'm just here to say, just call us for any question. We have the answers for everything. We really do. And if not, we'll find them out. A lot of times there's new third-party caregivers that pop into the hearing aid benefit, and they change in their policy, and the people don't even know it. We have an expert in insurance right in our office, Mike Gomez, and he calls and finds out exactly what those benefits are, and is really good at just simply explaining to them what options they have. And so they can move forward any direction they want, but it's just kind of more comfortable for our patients.
All right, always good to see you.
Always good to see you, Ken.
And folks, they are located right over by, I can say, the new Aldi and Dollar Tree, and they've been there a lot longer than those places have. In fact, as all those places have gone in and out over there, these guys have stayed for 34 years.
34 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stuart, always good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Nice
We'll see
to
you
be
soon.
here.
Bye-bye. That's the truth about my wife's.
Yeah, of course.